Welcome to Around Town, featuring what's happening here in the capital area. I'm your host, Dick Patten, and it's a pleasure to welcome you back as we're now in the month of September and autumn is just about here. Football season is well underway, and in a matter of a few days I have my tickets and off to Ann Arbor I go. And that will see the University of Michigan. But today I'm very pleased to have with me Heather Faria, who is the executive director for the, I'll make this one right, it's the SPCA, but it's Pope Memorial SPCA of Concord in Merrimack County. And so Heather's in today because there's been some big changes. I mean, not many people, I don't think, well, maybe they do, realize that they've moved from Concord down to by Interstate 89 off Clinton Street. And I had not been to the new facility, but it looks like a beautiful one.
Thank you, yes.
Much bigger than the other one was, obviously.
Yes, we moved in April of 2014.
Wow.
Our new facility was completed around that time. It's about 10,000 square feet. So I think at the old facility we had about 3,500, so
yeah,
quite a bit bigger.
It was small.
It was a little crowded in the old place. So, no, we're very happy in our new building. We have not only do we have much better space for the animals, but we have a training room and a conference room, and it's just much easier to keep clean and to keep everyone happy.
So now, do you have out back room for like walking the animals, or for them to run maybe, or something like a fenced-in area pen or something?
Sure, we do have a fenced-in area with dog pens in there that we can put animals out individually as well as do play groups in the play yard. We have a path that sort of walks the perimeter of our property that people use as a walking path. And then because we are on Silk Farm Road, just down the street, you can walk down Silk Farm Road, and then there are paths at the end of it. So it's a really nice location for dog walking especially.
Yes, it's true, yeah. You and before, I know the main tenants out there were, of course, dogs and cats. And once in a while you might get a rabbit or two, or a birds or something, but then also once in a while you also get like what they call ferrets or something, or hamsters or whatever, guinea pigs or
all
whatever.
of the above.
Really, huh? But the other ones you don't technically get, like like a farm animal, a calf or a pony or things like that. That goes to somewhere else, right?
At this time, we don't have space for livestock or large farm animals, so I think it's something we'd like to consider in the future, but even on our new location, we just don't have the space to house those animals properly.
How many do you have right now? Do you have a lot of dogs out there to adopt, or cats? Or?
We do. We have about 130 animals in our care right now. We have approximately 20 or so dogs. I think our cat population is close to 90.
Wow.
We have some birds. We had baby guinea pigs born a few weeks ago. We have rats. We have a turtle. So we have quite a nice variety right now, honestly. It's quite busy there.
How big is the turtle?
It's not that big.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh my God, what does somebody do with it? Do you have to have like a pond on your property, or do you have to have like a...
He's in an aquarium, like a glass structure that he hangs out in, and he has a heat light, and for people who enjoy turtles, he's a nice one, so some people enjoy them for companions.
Really? Huh, because I would think you'd have to have like a small pond or something for him to swim in or whatever, but they don't have to have that.
You can do an indoor environment, sure.
Really? Yeah. Huh. Well, like I told you off camera, my sister, she adopted 2 dogs at different times. They were older ones, which was good for her because she's handicapped. And so for her to get like a puppy, it would be just too much. But she got one, both dogs were older ones, and she just loved them. Oh my goodness.
We do have, we get all kinds of dogs that come, all ages, all shapes and sizes. You can actually go on our website and see all of our animals that are available for adoption. And our adoption application is online as well. So if there's someone that looks like they might be a good fit for your household, you can always come in and visit them. You can print the application in advance. So we try to, and we also, of course, Facebook. So you can always go on Facebook and see our animals as well. And we try to keep those things as current as possible so that people can see them whenever they'd like.
Wow, isn't that interesting? I laughed a little bit when you said rats. I said, I can't imagine anybody wanting a rat. But what do we do with them?
They're very social.
I'm sure
so
they are,
again, for people who enjoy that type of companion, they're actually pretty nice. So, different strokes for different folks. It's different for everyone. So
they don't get them to feed to the.
No, they do not.
That's good. That really bothers me, because you hear about sometimes people have these snakes or whatever, snakes, right? Mm-hmm. Whatever it is, and they buy and I say, oh, how cruel that is. It just bothers me that they would do that. But I suppose, whatever. But I know once I was there, they had a ferret. And, oh, that thing was ugly. And,
yeah, again, ferrets actually are very trainable. You can train them to do different things. They enjoy, many of them enjoy being around people. So again, it can be a very social animal. Again, I think if people are willing to invest the time in the relationship and work on training, it can be actually a lot of fun. So as part of the application process for dogs, cats, or small animals, we do ask that if you have pets, that you show that they're current and up to date on vaccinations and things like that. And if you're adopting a dog into a household where you already have a dog, we will ask you to bring your dog in and to do a meeting between the two, just to make sure everyone gets along, for the most part. Yeah. And it does take time. It takes, we say at least 2 to 4 weeks for a new animal to settle into a new household. They're finding their way around. You're getting used to them, and it just takes a little while for their true personality to come out. And that's also a really important bonding time. They're just getting to know you, and you them. So, we always invite adopters to just really take it slow those first few weeks.
Yeah, I know, because they said the last one that my sister got, he's a umbrella. He's a small dog. Toby is his name. That's what they gave. That was the name of the dog when she got it. So she didn't change the name. But he was all white. Oh God, was he part something? I don't think he's part hound. But anyway, it took a little bit, because he had an awful habit of nipping. Mm-hmm. And I didn't know that, and nothing was said about that either. So I said to my sister, I said, maybe you better think about taking that dog back, because if he's going to bite people or nip all the time, that's not going to work out too good.
Now, did he do that out of fearfulness or anxiety?
I don't know, because she don't live with us. She had her own place. But
well, it's really great of your sister to continue to work with him and keep him through that. A lot of dogs, they do get anxious, they do get fearful, and finding safe and appropriate ways to introduce them to strangers is a big part of those first few months. Especially, if they're uncertain or if they're feeling scared, you always try to put them in a situation where, you prevent that from happening. So if they're showing signs that they're anxious or they're getting fearful, or if they're raising their lips or their hackles are going up, that's the right time to put them in another room, let them get away from all the action, and then slowly over time increase their sociability in a way that's safe, and the way that you're rewarding them. And especially if you're going to have children in your household and you're noticing these behaviors, you really should reach out to a professional, because you don't want to get in a situation where something unfortunate happens, and that can just be a really sad outcome for everyone. We don't want anyone getting hurt. So it's not that it can't be overcome, but it takes diligence and persistence and positive reinforcement over time. But oftentimes, you know, especially those first few months, the dogs are just feeling very insecure. Their whole life has been turned upside down, and they just need a place to feel safe.
Sure.
And sometimes we get so excited to have a new dog in our family, we want to introduce them to everyone and invite them people over and take them out. And really, your dog just needs time to get settled and feel confident in their new housing, their new surroundings, and with their new owner. So again, we try to provide those resources and support and encouragement to new pet owners. We actually did a seminar, I believe it was in June, it was called Woof, What is Your New Dog Trying to Tell You? And it was great. Helen St. Pierre of No Monkey Business came to our shelter. I think we had about 30 people attend, and she talked a lot about those first few weeks with your new dog and how to make it as positive and reinforce all those good behaviors and get things off on the right start for both of you. So
I know we noticed that when she got him, it was during the winter, and we did notice if a guy came in with boots on, he was very nervous, and he sometimes would nip somebody with a boot, or he just really got so we figured. I said to my sister, I said, evidently somebody has either abused that dog with boots or with whatever, because he shouldn't act like that. But after a while he settled down, but there's still once in a while he didn't like anybody with boots on. And even myself, you know, and of course I have a cane, and he didn't like that either.
Didn't like the cane.
No.
Yeah.
Now he doesn't bother. I mean, I take him for rides, and he just, you know, he don't care. But it's just amazing how he has really settled down, and he's just such a good dog now. I mean, he was good for her.
Right.
You know, and she just loves that dog, and I'm telling you. And then the one before him, was from down there. Was from out there, from the SPCA, and I can't think what the heck that dog's name was. It was a girl's name, but it was long hair, and she I think they said she came from Hopkins. Either the owner had passed away or something, but she came from Hopkinton, I think. But you know, and she was a good dog too. She jumped up at my sister. That was funny because she was over there in Pennacook, and they brought this dog out, or the dog was running loose, was walking around loose. They had just gotten her, and we asked the lady, "What about this dog?" "Oh, we just got her, and we haven't really, you know." And the darn dog, she jumped up in my sister's lap, and my sister says, "I want this one." And it was almost like
she picked her.
Yeah, like the dog picked her out. So, well, that's who she got. But
very nice.
Yeah. So I mean, it's really good because, you know, I mean, I know there's a fee now to adopt a dog, right?
There is an adoption fee with every animal, and just so you know too, all of our animals are spayed and neutered. They come up to date on vaccinations.
Yeah.
So you know and really that fee is just to try to take care of some of those costs. It doesn't cover all of them, but it just helps us provide that care for the next animal that comes in.
Sure.
So.
Well, I know they had a record prior to her getting him down at the Pembroke Animal Hospital down there, animal veterinary place over there on 106 right near Route 3. And so they well know him when he comes in. They go, "Oh yeah, we got a thing on him." And
so that's great.
He goes down and gets his hair cut or shaved or whatever. And,
yeah.
But pets, I mean, you know, it's funny, growing up, we didn't think too much about it. But, you know, pets really, they're not stupid. They know when something's going on. They can tell when something's not right. You know, you'd be surprised how they would go room to room if somebody's not. Like when she fell a year ago and broke her two bones in her right leg, she had to go to be taken to the hospital. And so that night, I mean, my sister was in the hospital for about 2 weeks, I guess. and then she had to go to a nursing home for rehab. So she was gone for almost 3 months. Well, thank gosh for my cousin, who has 2 dogs also. I call them hot dogs. They're those
Dachshunds.
Yeah, and or Heinz 57s. And so she graciously took Toby with her, and they all get along.
Good.
Yeah. At first they were barking, but I guess Toby let him know that he was the boss. But you know, it was just because I hated to have him alone there in the apartment all day by himself and at night. And
Well, I think as pet owners too, you know, life happens, and you need to have contingency plans for what happens to your pets. You know, if you lose the electricity, or you can't stay in your house, or there's a medical emergency. I know identifying those friends and family members who are willing and able to take your pet in the event that something happens to you, you know, so that they don't get lost in the shuffle. So that's really important. And you know, hopefully you have you know, keeping their veterinary information current and making sure that that information stays with them. So if they're on medications, or if they're on special food, and all of those things you plan for. So in the event of an emergency of whatever kind, you know, your pet gets taken care of. Yep, it's really important.
Because, like I said, they're not stupid. They know something's going on, especially the dogs. You can tell. But now you've got a big event coming up in 2 weeks, or within a week. Is it a week from Saturday, or 2 weeks from Saturday?
Yeah, Sunday the 17th is our 22nd Walk for the Animals. We're going to be over at Northeast Delta Dental on their beautiful campus. We have a 1 mile and a 3 mile route. Registration starts at 10. Our walk starts at 11. And then afterwards we have a pet festival. So we'll have live music this year by Dusty Gray, a whole field of organizations and pet-friendly businesses for you to check out. Food tent and fun for everyone. So that's Sunday, September 17th. And you can get all of that information on our website.
Now this is over at Northeast Delta.
Correct.
Over there off of
Commercial Street.
Yeah, Commercial Street. Okay. And Dusty Gray, now he has a band or something? Or
he has a band. He's a local favorite, and we're really excited to have him come play for a couple hours with us that day. And you know, this event is just really important to us. You know, less than 20% of our expenses are covered by adoption fees, and so really we fundraise all the time just to keep the doors open. And this is a great day for people just to come out. They can bring their dog to walk on leash. They can walk with a friend. They can walk with their dog's friend or their friend's dog.
Sure.
But it's just a really fun day. The weather looks great, so we hope that people will choose to join us.
I hope so. There's hurricanes coming. I don't know, boy. Hopefully by that time, whatever it's going to do, I hope it's gone by.
It'll be gone, I'm sure of it.
I hope so. 'Cause I'm going to Michigan, and I don't feel like flying in that mess. But well, that's good then. And what is like the budget to run the shelter up there? I mean, it must be quite a bit, right?
It's pretty significant. I think when we were at Pennacook, our budget was around $600,000, and now that we're in over in Bow, it's closer to $900,000. So it's quite a big operation. We're open every single day of the year. We have both staff and volunteers on site taking care of the animals. We have a crew that goes in the morning. We have a crew in the afternoon, and then all of the other programs that we offer as well. So we're very proud of the work we do, and we're so thankful that this community has supported us for over 100 years now.
Really? No, oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Isn't that amazing? Now, cats. You said you had 90 cats to be adopted, right?
At least in our care.
My gosh.
Yeah. So, you know, every year, especially, you know, once we get through spring, we tend to have multiple litters of kittens that are brought to us, cats that are brought in as stray, cats that are surrendered to us for various reasons. So, you know, we do our best. We take care of them. Most of them require a spay or neuter surgery and updated vaccinations before they can be rehomed. But we have a really high success rate of doing that.
Really?
We've actually recently added a barn cat program. So for cats that really prefer to live outdoors, we have an outdoor, we have a garage where we've retrofitted an outdoor type environment for them. So they're protected from the wind and the elements, but it allows them to remain acclimated to the different changes in temperature. And we adopt them out in pairs, and we've actually been very successful in rehoming barn cats. Yep. And there's a lot more information about that program on our website as well, including an application. We do have a couple people on our waiting list, but we're always looking for good homes for our barn cats.
Now, see, I thought barn cats really were more or less almost like wild ones or something.
Well, exactly. They don't generally seek out human attention. They generally don't like to be handled by people, and so we work really hard to handle them as little as possible. Really, just what is required in order to vaccinate them and do their surgery. We return them to an outdoor environment where we don't really make any attempts to handle them any more than they want to be. And then they go, they get adopted in pairs out into barns in the community where they get reacclimated to that new environment. And many of them do quite well.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Because I could, and the thing that what bothers also too is confusing is that we're getting these bobcats. And they're dangerous to the cats, right? Isn't it bobcats that attack cats or
so there are a bunch of natural predators out there. So bobcats, fisher cats, foxes.
Yeah.
Our coyote population continues to grow. So there are a lot of dangers to outdoor cats. That's why them having that barn as their home is so important. And honestly, they earn their keep. They tend to deal with the rodent population. They tend to hunt for them, fend for themselves. So, I think they do have a place. But you're right, there are, even hawks and owls can be natural predators to cats. So they have a lot to be wary of, but cats are incredibly smart and actually quite impressive predators themselves. So again, in the right situation, they can have really long, happy lives.
We always had cats too when we were kids, and I miss having an animal. Unfortunately, my wife doesn't like animals, but I miss them. Especially with a dog. I would love to have a dog, a small one. I always said I love the black lab or chocolate lab, and golden retriever, or a cat, like a black one, or a male Angora or something like that. But the trouble is it's so hard. You get, if you're going away and you got to find someone to come and feed them or whatever, But I just love. I really enjoy having it. My son has a Rottweiler that he got out. He's in Florida, and when it was born, he had someone that trained it. Because I said, what in the heck do you want a Rottweiler for? Go. I've seen them and they always look ugly, and they, maybe because they're in the police sometimes use them a lot for their stuff. But this one here, she's a big baby. My goodness, she is. And of course, they've just had a baby themselves, and they have a 5-year-old boy, and it's like, I was so scared for the kids, but they gotta be careful too. They can't abuse the animals, and sometimes that doesn't help either, because they don't realize that you can't pull a tail, or like a dog or something, or even a cat. But
well, there's a lot of work that goes into preparing a dog for a new baby, and you've hit exactly upon it. It takes a lot of supervision and a lot of strategizing everybody's safety. Especially for toddlers who are starting to get mobile and starting to pull on things. And you're absolutely right. Dogs can have an enormous amount of patience, but children have to be taught how to be around animals and how to be respectful and treat them with kindness and compassion. And that's really part of parenting. If you choose to have your children and your pets living in your house all together. It's an extra level of supervision, and it's an additional safety consideration, because it can be absolutely wonderful for both the pet and the child to grow up together, as long as everybody knows what the rules are.
That's right.
And really,
Exactly.
they understand what each other's needs are. So absolutely, that's important.
Well, that's good. So, and then I know in the spring you also have your fundraiser there down to Marriott too. I can't remember the name of it, but I know the dogs. They have it's like a banquet, but you can come in. And what is it? It's called.
So in May we do the brunch with the animals at the Grapponi Center.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Yes, we do that. It's a wonderful event. Next year it'll be in May as well, so we're looking forward to that. And then this November we're actually having a gala event at the Kimball Jenkins Estate. Oh. It's called the Great Catsby. And it's a Roaring 20s themed cocktail and hors d'oeuvre event. We're also going to have live music at that, and we hope people will consider joining us for a really fun night to benefit animal cruelty prevention.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
It does. When I see things on TV, how dogs, cats, or horses, whatever, have been mistreated, it's like, oh, it just sickens me to see that when a dog is so thin. You see the bone. It's like, oh gosh, if they can't afford to keep them, gosh, turn them in. Contact somebody instead of trying to. I just can't imagine. The abuse is awful.
It is awful, and we're very fortunate to have someone on staff who does animal cruelty education, prevention, and intervention. We were really founded for that purpose as an organization. And so we work really hard to offer resources and support to pet owners who find themselves in a situation where they need some additional support. And then also to be vigilant and to be investigating complaints. And we've had quite a lot this year, to be honest. A lot of situations have come up. Everything from Wolfboro to the horses in Deering, lots of cats and dogs. So it's been a very busy year for us in animal cruelty prevention, and we'll be vigilant, and with the community support, we will continue to do that. But I think it's really important part of our mission.
Oh, good. Well, we're coming to a close of Around Town, and Heather, I'm so pleased that you've been able to come on, and don't forget Sunday or Saturday.
Sunday, September 17th.
That's right. Please. At Northeast Delta Dental over there off Commercial Street. Their annual their fundraiser, so come on over, and it's Walk for the Dogs, is it?
Walk for the Animals, yes please.
Walk for the Animals, and so bring your animal over, or could they maybe borrow one of yours and walk if they want to do that?
Our staff and volunteers will be bringing any shelter dogs that we can, but you don't have to have a dog in order to enjoy the walk.
Yeah, well that's good. So, and if you have any questions, you can give them a call at 856-8756. And again, ask for Heather Faria, and good luck on your fundraising.
Thank you.
We hope to see you again on Around Town. And I'm your host, Dick Patten. Thanks to Ian Marx, and we'll see you all soon.